The flight home was silent. Each of them sat lost in thought, staring out the window as the desert faded into clouds. The hum of the engines was steady, but beneath it, there was something else, a vibration, faint yet persistent, as if the air itself carried a hidden frequency. Ayanna closed her eyes. Behind her eyelids, she saw flashes of light, golden symbols spiraling across a dark void, forming and dissolving like living hieroglyphs. She opened her eyes quickly, but the afterimage lingered, etched into her vision. When the plane landed, the world felt different. The air was heavier, the colors sharper. Streetlights flickered with strange rhythms. Even the sound of footsteps on the pavement seemed to echo longer than it should. The signs. In the days that followed, the five friends tried to return to normal life. But normal no longer existed. Ayanna began to dream of the Sphinx every night. In her dreams, its eyes glowed with starlight, and its voice whispered riddles she could not yet understand. Each morning, she awoke with sand on her sheets and the faint scent of myrrh in the air. Kwame, once a man of logic and control, found his reflection behaving strangely. Sometimes it moved a fraction of a second too late. Other times it stared back at him with eyes that were not entirely his own. Imani heard music in silence, a low hum that resonated in her chest, the same sound that had filled the chamber beneath the Sphinx. When she followed the vibration, she could sense emotions in others, as if the veil between hearts had thinned. Zuberi, the skeptic, began to see symbols glowing faintly on walls, in clouds, even in the patterns of city lights. They were the same hieroglyphs they had seen underground, messages, he realized, written across the fabric of reality itself. Sekou felt the fire again. It burned not with anger this time, but with purpose. His hands tingled with energy, and when he touched metal, it sparked faintly. He began to sketch compulsively, drawings of temples, constellations, and a great door opening beneath a sky of fire. The Convergence. 3 weeks after their return, Ayanna called them together. They met at her apartment, the air charged with an unspoken tension. On the table lay a map of Cairo, a notebook filled with Ayanna's dreams, and a small golden amulet she had found in her luggage, the Eye of Ra, identical to the one they had seen in the chamber. "This wasn't supposed to come with me," she said quietly. "I didn't pack it, but it's here." Kwame leaned closer. The amulet pulsed faintly as if alive. "Maybe it chose you." Zuberi shook his head. "No, it's calling us back." Imani's voice trembled. "What if we never really left?" The room fell silent. Then, as if in answer, the lights flickered. The hum returned, the same frequency that had filled the chamber. The amulet glowed brighter, casting shifting shadows across the walls. On the far wall, the shadows formed a shape, the outline of the Sphinx. Its mouth opened, and a voice emerged, not from the air, but from within their minds. "The circle has begun to turn. The gate between worlds stirs once more. You carry the memory of the first light. Return to the source, or the balance will break." The room shook. Papers flew. The amulet burst into a beam of golden light that shot upward, piercing the ceiling and vanishing into the night sky. When the light faded, they stood in stunned silence, hearts pounding. Kwame whispered, "What did it mean?" "The balance will break." Ayanna's eyes were distant, her voice almost a whisper. "It means the awakening wasn't just for us. Something's happening to the world." The echoes of power. Over the next few days, strange phenomena began to appear across the globe. In Cairo, tourists reported hearing the Sphinx whisper their names. In Ghana, farmers saw constellations reflected in their wells. In New York, murals of ancient Egyptian gods appeared overnight, glowing faintly under moonlight. The five friends began to notice synchronicities everywhere, numbers repeating, strangers speaking words from their dreams, the same golden symbols appearing on their phones and mirrors. Each of them felt a growing pull, a magnetic force drawing them back toward Egypt. Imani finally said what they were all thinking. "It's not over. The Sphinx didn't just test us, it marked us." The calling one night, Ayanna woke to find her room bathed in golden light. The amulet had returned, resting on her nightstand. But this time, it was different. Its surface shimmered with moving symbols, forming a message in ancient script. She recognized one phrase: "The gate of Ra shall open when the five stand as one." The next morning, she gathered the group again. They stood together, the amulet between them, glowing brighter with each heartbeat. Seiko looked up. "Five stand as one. That's us." Kwame nodded slowly. "Then the gate is waiting." Ayana's voice was steady now, filled with quiet certainty. "The Sphinx gave us a glimpse of truth. Now it's calling us to finish what we started." Zuberi exhaled. Back to Egypt. Outside, thunder rolled across a clear sky. The amulet pulsed once, twice, then projected a beam of golden light that pointed east toward the rising sun. The circle had begun to turn again. The Sphinx's power was no longer buried beneath the sands. It was awakening through them. And as the five prepared to return to the land of their revelation, the stars above shifted,